Thank you for joining me. We're going to use the Hero Arts Peace and Joy stamp set, and it is that beautiful tag which we're going to fuse together to make a heart shaker card. It's really going to be beautiful. So we're going to take the Misty, and I am using my detailed black ink, my onyx black ink, to stamp this out. And now I'm grabbing the tag portion for the twine to go through, and I'm using the detail black here as well, and I'm going to do it twice actually, so it's nice and dark. Yes, I think you're really going to like this set because it's a build a set, which I really like. So now we're going to put a fence down there, and this is with the 3D layering house, and I am setting it down there, taking the Misty, and I am using some, I'm still sticking with the detail black ink, and I just grabbed a Tim Holtz brush because I'm only going to need one little fence pole there to join them together. See how I'm doing that? So I'm doing one at a time with the Tim Holtz marker, just so I get them lined up together with the main gate. You have the middle main gate, and then you have the two sides. So now I'm stamping it, and just not quite long enough. So that's when I grab the Tim Holtz marker and I just color it in. That's what I'm trying to say there. And it's quite easy aligning them like this. And then when you take them, put it across on the Misty, all you're doing is figuring out right there, okay, which one do I have to mark in, and right there. And look how nicely that gate lines up. There are so many cute things in this set, this 3D set. So we're going to use the fuse tool, and I'm going to need to have some nice thick acetate here to fuse together on my tag. And I decided to fuse 2 pieces of acetate together and then put it on the cardstock. I think you'll really like this rather than doing a shaker card where you have to raise the acetate up and put the double-sided foam, if that makes any sense. So first I need to stamp another tag on the acetate, and I want it exactly where it is on the paper, so I'm taking the paper off, and then I'm putting my acetate down, exactly cut to the same size as the paper, and we are going to use StazOn ink now. We're switching over to black StazOn because we're using the acetate, right? So here comes the tag. Yep, get that out of there. And we're going to stamp that down. And when you fuse these together, it is so pretty. You could use it separate, or you could use it on top of the tag, but I have the gates on the bottom. So now I'm putting the little house door up, and I put a nice wreath on the door. I'm just building a nice house here, and it even has little bricks. There they are. And I did the whole house with these bricks in brown StazOn. So we're just going to switch in and out from black to brown because we're working, like I said, on the acetate. And what's nice about these bricks, you get this long one, and it has one side has a brick coming out and the bottom coming in. So if you wanted to clip them together, you could. And then there's a little wee 2-brick photopolymer stamp for filling in. So there I am just trying to get it to follow suit for the house. I'm going on the bottom, remembering I'm putting this fused acetate on top of the tag I've already built up there. See it? You can see the gate kind of at the top left beside the StazOn cleaner. And now we're switching back to black. I'm putting the roof on. Top of the house, I've already got the bricks, I've got the door, I've got the wreath. I put a tree on there, and it is so pretty. And now I'm putting the Christmas lights on the top. There you go. And it was just quick and easy. And now I'm going to place it on top and cut it out so that it is 1/4 of an inch sticking out from the actual tag. And I'll show you that in just a minute. I'm just kind of seeing how it's going to look here. And then this is the fun part. We're going to get into some Ranger alcohol inks. So I'm going to be back. I'm going to let you enjoy the process here. I'll talk to you as soon as we're done. I think you'll enjoy it. Well, we're back, and isn't that pretty with the alcohol inks? And what I wanted to show you there, after I do the Copic coloring, I take 3 different brown Copics to do the fence and on the tag, because the house is going to sit up on top, but the acetate right here is going to be fused, and now it's fuse time. So I slid that into a pocket, and a plastic pocket, my acetate, and now I'm fusing this pocket to my acetate piece. And I'm just taking a metal piece here. This isn't what comes with the fuse. This is just my metal ruler. And I am filling it up now with some stars in gold and some opal stars out of there. It's so pretty. That one and that one, yes. And now we're going to fuse that together, and I have it on my small cutting mat. And you just take your fuse and twice, and there you have it. I'm just showing you what it looks like. If you wanted to see the sparkles, you could turn it over like this on the sparkle side, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to turn it the other way so that you see the actual house. I'll show you in a minute. It'll make sense in a second. So here I'm using the Merry Christmas by Penny Black, and I'm using the Bow Bunny paper line. And these snowflakes came out of a Stampin' Up kit that I got 2 years ago that was on clearance, and I saved it here. Simply Created. It has so much goodness in there I was able to use for this. Look at it all. The dots and all kinds of things. And this is the roll of reflections I got at Michael's. It's double-sided, so it has the sticky on the back. You just have to run it through your Vagabond or your cutting machine and your die, and you already have the Merry Christmas. It's so easy peasy. Now I wanted to do a more masculine Christmas card, so I'm using the Encore Gold, and this is an old shaver whisker thingy of my husband's that I nabbed for his shaving foam, face shaver I think you call it, and it puts the Encore Gold ink on there just beautifully. It's kind of speckles it. I really like this effect with the brush, and you can use a stippling brush as well, but this one is softer. And here are the papers. I used the brown with the little deer heads on it in gold, and then I used another set that has snowflakes on it. Now I got these accents here, and they're four corner, like running down your pages. And why I like using this is because if you have to cut your paper out like I did at the bottom, it will straighten out your card, if you know what I mean. When you put it on, look at, you get 5 different designs. So, and it sticks like crazy. It's not coming up. You don't have to worry about putting glue under there. And I got that at Sharon's shop at Buffalo Stampin' Stuff. And this way your corners look all the way around, looks perfectly straight. And I think the gold just adds to the gold deer that are all over that piece of paper. And now I'm putting glue dots on the back of this gold speckled snowflake right there on each of the snowflakes. Isn't that pretty? And you could leave that card like that and it would look absolutely gorgeous as well. So here is the snowflake paper, and I am adding the gold to this as well. And you know me, I have to do all sides of this card. It was just too light. I had to make it heavy. So I'm taking some Tim Holtz blue, and I'm going over the edges here just to, I don't know, just add some prettiness and some texture. Sorry the camera was blurry there, probably because I'm up close, but I just did the 2 sides with the gold foil, that sticker foil, and now I'm just adding some of the ink to the top, and I added it to the bottom. And now I decided to leave one portion white, and that's going to be the inside in a minute. So here I am taking, isn't this beautiful? It's like bark. And like I said, I wanted to do a masculine Christmas card, and I wanted to put the dark section on the bottom. That's what I was showing you there. And now I'm putting my Suquang tape all over the back. I do not like to risk my cards, the paper ever coming up, so I really put a lot of tape on the back. So I've taken some Tim Holtz brown, I think it's vintage photo, and putting around the edges, and now I'll stick that down and see how the bottom is dark and the top is light. And now this is the inside of the card when you open it up. I'm putting the other snowflake right there with some glue dots. And now I'm going to take my tea ruler to make sure that my Merry Christmas here is perfectly straight. Yes, it wasn't. So I'm just lifting the part up that wasn't straight, and I am going to fix that. That's why I love this tea ruler. I couldn't be without it. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing with Christmas. And this roll of Reflections gold paper at Michael's, you use your 40% off. It'll last you forever. There's so much on a roll, and the back of it is peel and stick. So look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? It all matches. And the paper on the back has these little stars and snowflakes in the background. See them? So I'm just going to add the Wink of Stella to all of it, so you get some shine on the snow and the teensy little, look at that. It just glitters, and there's the front where I'm going to put my shaker card. There's the Merry Christmas right there. Well, now I am looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, I need to add some of those little shaker stars that are in the little shaker we made with the fuse. So I took some out and I'm adding it with the Ranger glue, and it's so pretty, and I'm using my pick-me-up stick there, and it has the ortho wax on the end that you can get at any stationery store. It just makes it so easy to pick up. There we go, and I'll show you how this looks in just a second. It is really, really pretty with the Merry Christmas in gold and the snowflake in gold. And there they are on the inside. I did them in opal and gold together in the mix. And that fuses perfectly. I love it. Look at the glitter on there. Isn't that pretty? There we go. So now we are going to add some vintage photo around my tag. And as you can see, there's just a little bit of the alcohol ink got in there, but you're not going to see it when the tag goes down, when the fused acetate tag goes on it. And I put some blue on the top to match the sky from the alcohol ink. And now I am going to see, look at that. So pretty. I'm showing you the back. You could put it this way where you could see just the glitter, but I want you to see the house right there and let the glitter be in the background, in the foreground of the tag. It's so crazy pretty. I love that color of the sky. And so now I am going to take my crocodile and I'm going to cut a hole in that tag right there. And then I have some twine, and I took the Encore Gold ink and the shaver brush there, and I added gold to the tag as well, just so it kind of had little glitter on the back. Now in that Stampin' Up set there are these round circles of gold glitter. So I am putting them on the end of all of this snowflake, all of the snowflake ends. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, it's late. I tend to do these voiceovers around 1 in the morning. I don't know what's with that. But anyway, there you have it. I've got that on there, and I've put the twine on the tag, and I'm grabbing a glue dot. I always put a glue dot underneath the tag right there so it never moves. And you can't see it. Isn't it pretty? So now I'm going to put glue dots to put my fused shaker on top of the gates there. So it looks like the gate is behind right there, and the house is behind the gate. There you have it. It's all finished. I just love it. Look at the background. I had so much fun making this. And now I'm going to take the double-sided tape, and we're going to do 2 layers. So here's the first layer. Don't you love this roll? Oh, it seems like you never run out of it. I've been using it, seems like forever. So now I'm going up and I'm doing the second half right there. Well, there you have it. We're coming to the close of the card, and we have the double-sided tape going down, and we're going to stick this to this snowflake. I'm just brushing it with the gold, just in case you lift it up, you can see a bit of the gold on there. And there you have it. You can see all the round gold circles on the snowflake, and I'm just looking at it. It's so pretty. There you go. Look at all the bricks on there. That set is beautiful. That 3D house set. And look at the Merry Christmas. I'm just shaking it so you can see all the glitter. And I want to thank all my subscribers once again for subscribing to my channel. And stars galore. Love it. I'm going to give you a last look at it. Can you see all the sparkles in there? And it has that little wreath on the door. See the yellow and red and purple wreath I did right there? You can see it, and it has the see-through hole in the middle. And it has that beautiful alcohol inked green tree and the lights on the roof. You open it up and you have the stars all shining in there for Merry Christmas. And I just look at the corner edges in gold. Love that stuff. And I gold edged it all around the front. I left the back alone. Enough's enough, right? You have yourself a blessed weekend, and thank you as always for joining me. I enjoyed making this card for you.